Things here are tainted.
How's it going, everyone? Let's try this out again, shall we?
Queen of Plague, terror of mankind. You will not be the one to bury her.
Let's see. I end up getting a lot of gold, so that might be nice. Whenever I receive healing, I get 1 gold. Dang, Ring of Poverty's nice. Using a weapon ability causes the player to be fully healed and for the ring to be destroyed at the end of combat. After every 3rd combat, the player receives 20 health. I think guess I'll stick with what I got. And then right quick. There we go.
Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No.
Golden
A
ring of
fortune
pain.
teller is at their most base and despicable.
Oh, I
when
start
they
with
begin
that.
to believe their own lies.
The Lizard Dome.
I am different. My powers are genuine.
One night, you are captured by lizard men and brought before their king. You are stripped of your equipment and must choose an opponent to fight in their underground arena. Yeah, let's fight the Jack of Plagues.
Our old friend, the Jack of Plague, returns to fight another day.
Ow. 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 Didn't realize how much I missed that shield, being able to deflect arrows and stuff. Ow. The Lizard King returns and grants you a reward before returning your equipment.
I'm
Draw
sure
3,
you're
keep
grateful for
1.
that.
Let's go with Mortal Whimsy.
I see you trust a chance to deliver you. Very well. Play on.
For now. Oh, on my way back to the surface, something happens. Back on the surface, you are released, but hesitate as the pitiful sound of screams for help rises from the tunnels. Oh, I must have seen some prisoners. Let's go back and save them. Or try.
A choice.
I think it's this one.
Select your desire.
Nope. You sneak back into the tunnels, but find yourself captured again and sent back to the arena. Well, this is gonna be good. Okay. You buggers need to stop. Man, that's rough.
Your weapon has powers, yet you haven't used them. And now you're dead. No one will mourn you here. The challenges become even more difficult from here.
All right, let's try
She
again.
waits for you, patient, but ultimately destructive. At their heart, all games are about power.
All right.
Are they not? The acquiring of power, the retaining of power, and most importantly, the use of power.
On a dusty, lonely plain, you come across the shattered remains of an old monastery. Searching the building, you meet an old man dressed in dirty robes. Long ago, we of the Brotherhood forged holy weapons to support the war against the infidels, but the infidels were strong, and one day one of their raiding parties took us by surprise. They destroyed most of our tools and took our supplies, including all of the rare metal ore that we used to craft our weapons. So I still can't do anything with this.
Few have seen the homelands of the Lizard Men, and fewer still survive the experience.
It's a shame I can't kick him off. A lot of food. On my way back to the surface, I see pens with other human captains waiting. Alright, go back and try to free them. Let's see if I can do this now. Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about. You sneak back into the tunnels and release some of the prisoners. On the way out, a guard raises the alarm as you lead the group to the surface and away into the darkness. Bless you for freeing us, one of the prisoners says as they disappear into the forest. On any hit,
I
the
made
player
that
inflicts
a
2 more
little
damage
too
for each
powerful.
blessing they
I
possess.
will have to rebalance that next time.
I'm alright with that.
A brotherhood of peace in the service of war. Never trust a priest. It must be nice to be unpredictable.
Gods of the old
I am
religion are
as
powerful
bound
yet
by the
unpredictable in their
rules I've
favors. Do you wish to
written
pray
as
at the
you
altar?
are.
Let's do it. On bended knee, you beseech the gods to aid you in your quest. A distant rumbling and a flash of lightning answers your prayer. Any hit on the player during
Very
combat has a
nice
chance to
indeed.
poison the attacker. Not bad. One day in a shady forest, you encountered an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. Ask to be blessed. Headman's Blessing.
Many of
Any
these
kill made
blessings
using
are
an
too
axe
good
grants
for
the
the
player
likes
3
of you.
health. Alright.
Caves and caverns. One cannot hope to find adventure without a
Hey,
little
Eternal. How
delve
you doing today, bud?
now. Do you understand what it is we do now? Or did I rush
Oh,
you
this is going to be the
through
one of all the
rules,
cursed gamblers.
pushing you into the play before you were prepared?
Oh, that sucks. If I don't play, I lose gold.
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
Your meet is arranged to happen by the cliffs outside of Norwich. However, when you arrive, you're greeted only by the icy cold embrace of the sea. Why does my chat hate you? Not doing too bad? Oh, that's good to hear. I'm doing alright. Took care of all my taxes and stuff this morning. Only took like a half hour, which was really nice. So now I'm just sitting back, relaxing, waiting for John to get home. Play some games with him later. Maybe if Mike's free, get him involved. Just as you're wondering if you've been swindled, a young street urchin comes rushing toward you. He hands you a note before disappearing down the cliff face with a speed and grace you would not dare match. Wow. The note is from the Highbinder. Paranoia is always well founded. There is a kraken attacking the ships that are leaving Norwich, and the local smugglers are keen that nobody hears their services are at risk. I'm sorry that we couldn't meet in person, but I do detest violence, especially when it may happen to me. By the time you stuff the note into your pocket, you can already hear the approaching rabble.
It has been called the game of eternity that we play. I didn't think that meant you'd take forever to make a decision, mind.
Still reading, sir. You have bookmarks pointing directly to the popped-out chat windows, because I watched the video on your tablet, but sometimes it won't let me actually send any text. Ah, I gotcha. That's smart. We don't like nobody sticking their noses in where it don't belong. That includes you and that sneaky git you were here before. Let's take him out. Hey, Axel. How you doing? With your pursuers defeated, you plan to return to Carlo to give him the bad news regarding the Kraken. Card's token is now yours. Another gambler? Alright. Traveling jeweler. Why am I out of money? Where did all my money go? In a shady grove off of the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Well, I don't have any money, so I'll pass it by. What are my curses? Negative aura? Whenever the player loses a curse, they also lose one random item. Yeah. I don't know where all my money went. Oh, well, that's nice.
A voyage across the ocean, or merely a trip down the river. Think about the way we play this game.
Another gambler. I think there was 5
You
total.
continue to die, yet we reset the board each time. One has to wonder how it is possible to truly lose.
Play well, your opponent frowns, but then reaches beneath the table for your prize. Alright. Alright, traveling healer. I don't have enough money to do anything in the way of a traveling healer. Goblin King's Halls.
There's a token in it for you if you win.
Great news, Mr. Lionel declares excitedly, bursting from the back of a wagon as it passes you along a well-trodden path through a sunny meadow. One of the Goblin King's sons has decided to challenge the old fool for his position as ruler of our people. Under Goblin law, he can legally take his father's place if he can beat him in single combat. But the king, crafty slug that he is, has hidden the crown in treasure vaults. Without the crown, the leadership cannot be resolved. There must be chaos in the capital. Anyway, the point is that the crown is in one of the treasure vaults. If we can find it, then I can use it to blackmail the king into letting me back into the city. Let's do it. Maybe this time I won't get demolished. Oh, that was the wrong button. Ow. Come on. Just give me... I hope just opening the treasure chest is what I needed to do. Did you get it? You hold out the goblin crown, an ugly wooden thing embedded with large gems, for his inspection. The crown! My ticket home at last! Just as he reaches out to take the crown, a trio of goblins appear from the treasure vault, one of them saying, "I'm telling you, there was a human down there!" The goblins stop dead and stare at you. "Look!" one of them screams. "He's taking the king's crown!" You turn back to discover that Mr. Lionel is nowhere to be seen. "Stop! Thief!" one of the goblins' guard yells. As another goblin blows on his horn and a magic portal appears, more goblins begin to arrive, yelling and pointing in your direction. "Get him!" one yells. "Seize him!" another. "You're the king's favorite! You seize him!" You decide to leave before the increasing number of goblin guards bolsters their courage enough to compel them into action.
I see the great beasts remain free. That
Wait to see what the bird does. Bird picks me up, carries me away. Wait until it gets tired. Alright, let's follow the huge success. I think it was this one. The wind whips furiously past you as the eagle continues to climb higher. Eventually, after many hours, the eagle drops you into a small lake in a faraway land.
I can hear her summoning her children. This fight will be bloody.
While exploring a dungeon, you see a treasure chest at the end of the hall. Oh, well, the one I was going to choose anyway was a failure. Oh, God. The one success card.
Nasty. Choose from these options. I'm sure you are grateful for that. As pleases you.
The Mug and Barrel.
Win this and claim my token.
When you return to the Mug and Barrel, you spot the huntsman lurking in a shadowy corner of the bar. A solitary warm ale sits cooling in front of an empty chair. Really? Do they warm... Is warm ale a thing? I always thought... Well, I mean, I know that the Germans like it warm, but I didn't know that they, like, heated it. Maybe it's like an apple cider, like a hot apple cider sort of thing. Anyway. While a collection of empty mugs indicates that your arrival has been long waited. I started without you, he says cheerily, but without looking up. I've got questions for you, and you'll have questions for me. Questions lead to stories. Stories lead to memories, and I cannot bear those without a lot of these. He rakes his mug across the others on the table, producing a discordant chime. Sit down. You're making me look impolite. Given that you've already tracked me through forest and glen, I see trying to dissuade you from this hunt would be pointless. I know how you feel. I was a boy of 5 when I first saw old Whitey. Sorry, that's what I call him, the White Minotaur. The huntsman proceeds to tell you a tale of destruction and grief, a tale decades in the making. After a while, he lapses into silence like a river that has run dry. I think I was tracking it when you stumbled into my trap. Head back into the forest and see what you can find. I've got business to attend elsewhere. Hey, Mike. How you doing? And a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant. Sure, I've got money. Let's actually take a look. Do you work today, Mike? Axel, I'm magical, don't you know? Darn. Whenever the player eats food, they gain twice the usual healing. At the start of each combat, a random opponent is highlighted if that creature... Okay, that's the gold. Undead that physically strike the player may receive damage themselves. Having a lot more combat trouble, so let's do that in case I come across anything unholy. When do you work, Mike? Well,
you do have a charitable heart, or at least
yeah, I'll give food.
Thus far.
Let's give 10 food. Working from 3 to 1. Ah, okay, darn. Or 3 to 11. Ah, the priest exclaims and draws a tarnished old ring. I'll have the kids polish it up first. In the meantime, take my blessing. Arcane knowledge. Whenever the player uses an artifact, there's a 30% chance of immediately reducing its cooldown by 80%. Not bad. Hopefully I'll get some more gold along here, and then I can go back to the priest. Queen Rat's a great
even
scheme.
I have waited to see. Majestic.
Oh, this is the final one. It took me straight to the end, I see. Oh, looks like I don't need the food after all. I also didn't get a weapon. Still using the base weapon. What is that disgusting pile of weird? Oh, I was gonna invite you to play Ark with John and I. I think we're gonna play that when he gets home, but I don't think he gets off until 2, probably home around 2:30, and then he normally eats, so he probably wouldn't even start till 3.
From this loss. 1 million half-orphaned rats will fall upon you like a tide of horror. Why do you still play? Why can't you walk away?
For rescuing the other prisoners of the Lizardmen, I receive more health potions and the Wandering Minstrels. For discovering the truth behind the attacks on Norwich Port, I got the Tavern Attack and the Landlocked Lubber, 3. For helping Mr. Lionel on his quest, I get the Goblin King crown, Maze of Traps, and Goblins. For meeting the Huntsman, I get Tracks in Town. For donating food to the orphans, I get 7 food, Ring of Engorging, and Charity 5. As a reward for defeating my Ratman Queen, you receive Thunderstrike, Heavy Armor, Emperor's Jewel, King of Skulls, Shop, and Fire in the Deep.
I have only begun to challenge you. The kings are woken and will not be laid to rest.
Then let's give them the rest they so desire. Minus 10 max health whenever the player gains a new curse. Yike. Performing a prone finisher inflicts 5 damage to the player. Alright.
The undead king. In life, he was strong. In death, he's unstoppable. Your road will end here, I suspect.
Alright, let's get Thunderstrike and get rid of the huge hammer. Let's see what else is new. Let's get the Emperor's Jewel. Depth of Night, Heavy Armor, Goblin Crown, Ring of Engorging. that might actually be useful. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. Wait, I'm fighting the King of Skulls, so that one might actually be useful. I do tend to collect a lot of gold. Alright, I don't need this, so we'll get rid of the Bashing Ring. Let's see. Heavy armor, depth of night. What does this one do? Light defense. During combat, every hit I sustain increases my speed and weapon strength. I am getting hit a lot. Nearby enemies are immediately slowed as the chilling effects of this armor take hold. I'll try that. So those are all the new ones. Which ones have I done already? Alright. Ooh, metal ore. So I just haven't come across the metal ore, which I think is for the, like, Holy Forge? Where is it? Yeah, the Holy Forge. So let's get rid of the eagle. Why do I have 2 emails? Oh yeah, that's my tax stuff. Right.
I won this pentacle longer ago than you can imagine. In those many
Hanged
years,
man.
I have only now begun to
Lose
understand.
10 health per curse. Couple of queens, king, and a jack in there. Couple of jacks.
The King of Skulls is the last of the undead to have slipped from my grasp. You are the first to come close to him.
You find a casket. Stranger, stay your hand. All right, let's see. All right, so huge success. That's what I want to aim for. I think it was this one. Booyah. Humbly request a favor. All right, let's try huge success again. I think it was this one. Yes. All right, that's what I'm talking about. As you wish mortal, the spirit says, and waves his hand, then he disappears. You feel stronger. That's gonna be great for this one, because every time I'm cursed, I lose max health. Yeah, take the hero's blessings. Yeah, we'll equip that for now. And we'll equip that for now.
The Black Deck delivers again.
Hero's return is right there. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I should be fine.
Head downwards if you dare.
Turn back. 2, 3, 4. You reach Wondermere, hometown of the dead adventurer. Return the hero's sword. Return the shield. Being stout and meek, goblins know they cannot use strength or fear to survive. They rely more on mischievous methods. They steal from you when you're asleep and escape through magical portals.
A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
One night you awaken to find your belongings being rifled through by goblins. As soon as they notice you stirring, they run away. They've stolen some of your food and gold. How dare they? Oh, do I just kill them? Oh, 2 of goblins. This will be a cakewalk. Haven't come across goblins before. Oh, he's still alive. There we go. As you prepare to continue your journey, you notice a small figure hiding in the shadows nearby. You pounce on the creature and drag it into the light. Hello, my boy. What a coincidence meeting you here. Having a spot of goblin trouble, are you? Says Mr. Lionel, sheepishly. Mr. Lionel gives a deep sigh, sits back down, and says, Real funny thing, really. I wanted the crown to blackmail my way back into the city, but it turns out that this way is much better. He goes on to explain how after learning that a brazen human thief had dared to raid the Goblin King's own treasure vault, stealing the king's crown no less, he sent word to the king that he could help get it back in exchange for ending his exile. All I had to do was agree to help his guards find you, and he revoked my banishment. While the crown remains stolen, he can continue to rule by default. He needs me to help him make sure nobody else gets it first. I suppose he'll keep trying to find the crown, but I'm sure you can deal with his lackeys, eh, lad? Mr. Lionel produces a horn from an inner pocket, plays a quick, sharp note, and a magical portal appears behind him. Don't let this world get you down, friend. You never know when luck will go your way. With that, he grabs his toes, rolls backward in the portal, and vanishes. Sick. Thanks, Lionel. True friend you are.
Deeper towards our foe.
What a little jerk.
Previously,
I know, right? But
I had
he's a
underestimated
goblin. What
you.
could I expect?
Then, I resented you for destroying my minions. Now, however, I cannot lose.
I finally have a stable
avoid
internet connection to watch
annoyance
streams. Hey,
helps.
Shadow, how's the trip going? How you doing, dude? How's California? Seen any beach babes or hunks? Oh, I wish I could get you desperate measures. Once per encounter, the player may choose to discard randomly drawn monster cards and draw again. That actually sounds really cool. I wish I had the money for that. I will, just not now. So I'll buy food. 10 food for 30. I'll get some of this then. You only needed to drive to California to get it. Was it worth it? Driving all the way to California? There's the Holy Forge.
A ruined monastery.
Still don't have your thing. Sorry, bud.
So sad.
Fire in the Deep.
The very embodiment of the earth. For some people, that is home and hearth. For you, it is a terrifying beast.
Veterans of the old wars spin tales of large, powerful creatures built of rock and flame. Not all of their attacks can be countered by mere mortals. These monsters were exiled by the king to live deep beneath the ground in the caves they originated from. It took years of warfare to enforce their exile, but they haven't been seen on the surface for a generation.
We play for a token now.
In a cave system, dark and deep, you stumble upon some strange flaming creatures surrounding an old man. They turn to face you as the old man cringes in terror. Attack the creatures immediately. Creatures begin to lumber towards you, threateningly. Whoa. Lava golem? Alright. Let's try this out, shall we? Alright, buddy. Ow. This game is pretty cool. That hammer, man. I would love it. So what kind of sights have you seen? Been to the beach? Where are you, anyway? You're not Los Angeles, are you? You're just somewhere in Cali? Thank you, stranger, the old man says. I've traveled these tunnels for years, but I haven't seen lava golems this close to the surface since I was a boy. Yay, 3 food. Yay, 15 gold. Now that you've slain this lot, I hope the rest of their kind learn to stay underground where the king exiled them. You and the old man head out of the tunnels together. Palm trees. You've seen palm trees.
You understand what you have unleashed.
Awesome. After 10 steps.
Again, a token is at stake.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll just continue on. Oh, you're in Palm Springs. Okay. Fairy will carry you to your next adventure. Let's go, Fairy.
What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me.
The Wandering
Like all the
Minstrels.
rest, you are silent.
One day, on a long country road, you meet a pair of wandering minstrels. The pair inquires as to your current needs, explaining that they have many interesting and unique talents. Let's get a song. Minstrels are happy to perform for you. They play you a ballad about a mighty warrior and his untimely death at the hands of a dragon. Afterwards, they request payment for their gold. Half of my gold, half of my food. I'm gonna get gold, so I'll give them gold. Come to agreement and give them half your gold. You certainly have a lot of gold, one of the minstrels exclaims. In thanks, the pair tell you where to find an oracle of the old gods. We are heading to Kabir next. The Duke is holding a victory celebration requiring the services of fine entertainers such as ourselves. Perhaps we shall see you there. Sick! Don't think there's any beaches nearby? Are there at least any springs? I feel like the name is lying if there's no springs. The White Council.
As you plunder the secrets of your memories, you'll gain new cards. Some you'll wish you'd left untouched.
As dusk settles, you arrive at a small village known as Lesser Dimsgate. The locals are gathered. Oh, something must be done. Offer to help. They went that way not an hour ago. Band of ruffians. Draw 2 monster cards. Yeah, a lot of those. What even is a spring? That's just like a lake that's fueled by an underground water source? Hot spring is a water source heated by geothermal sources, but yeah, you think so? Well, there's such a thing as just like a spring and a hot spring, right? Like a spring is not a hot spring, but a hot spring is a spring, sort of thing. I think. I don't know. You gather the stolen supplies and return them to the villagers, saying those bandits will trouble you no longer. Oh, they weren't bandits, a child explains. They worked for the White Council. It was our turn to give tribute. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought so, but I could have also just been going crazy. Hey. Hey.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
Hey. Hey. Alright. Let's see if they have a new weapon, something other than an axe, because that would be nice. Chemical silver. With each successful strike, the longer your combo, the more explosive the reaction. When you draw supplies, instead draw 2 and pick 1. Lizardmen take double damage from the player's attacks. And Damocles. During combat, press right bumper to throw knives in 8 cardinal directions. Let's try this one. That sounds really cool.
A wonderful creation, forged of alchemical processes, but given permanent shape. I know of nothing like it.
Oh, I love the way the quest system is in this game. So many different stories going on at once. It's brilliant. Plunderer's Cap is so good. It is, but right now I've got the Explorer's Cap that tells me where the end of the level is, and also I get more gold if I explore everything.
A curse? We can only hope.
One day, while traveling through a forest, you come across a man hanging by his ankles. You inquire about his current predicament, but he explains that he does not want any help. I've accepted the destiny that fate has decreed for me, just like you should accept yours. Draw 1 blessing and 1 curse. Player inflicts triple damage against foes who are stunned. Noted.
I will have to
Player loses 5 gold for every fail and 10 gold for every huge failure chance card. I also lose max 10 health. You leave the clearly deranged man to his fate, since that is what he wants.
Sail away and see what you will find. Let us stake a token on their foolishness.
The landlocked lubber is a huge hive of activity when you return. The sounds of boisterous drinking and frivolity echoing throughout. You make your way to the bar to find Carlo, who seems displeased with the upturn in business. You fear the news from the highbinder will not improve his mood. After hearing your news, he says, "Dark times indeed, my friend. Not only is that foul beast back in our waters, but I fear that not all of my patrons this night are here for my generous hospitality. I'll wager we've got more bandits and brigands in here than a Bilgewater stockade. I hope you've got your fighting boots on." More unsavory characters come in. One of the number pipes up. Such a shame that such a terrible thing could happen in such a nice place. If only people knew how to curb their curiosity. Yeah, I'm still playing on the normal difficulty. I haven't changed my, my difficulty card yet. Once the fighting inside is stopped, you start to think about repairing the damage. Just as you attempt to right the first table, a voice booms from outside. "You've meddled with affairs that are beyond your remit." Remit? Remit? Remit. "The Norwich docks are under Mage Council protection, and whatever is happening to our ships is wholly our concern."
Perhaps this time you will
Three of
test your
mages.
intellectual superiors. Occasionally, Brawn may defeat brains.
I find the combat actually feels a lot tighter on hard. It's a little sluggish on normal. Ow. Oh. Of course, on hard, you also have to deal with increased damage, less health and such. Wow, I can't speak today. But you also get a bigger deck to work with. Interesting. When you return inside, you find Carlo hiding under the bar. He obviously fears mages and their power. Clearing up can wait until tomorrow. You both find a spot by the hearth and enjoy a strong drink. Carlo tells you about the locals in the area and the sorry tale of how he came to fear the Kraken so. Giggity. I'll give you a bigger deck to work with, Shadow.
Nothing more pleasing than the smell of salt water and the rush of wind, is there? Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe
Sure
their own
you would.
lies. Of course, I am different. My powers are genuine.
Oh, these are the health potions. Okay, I'm not concerned about that. Let me... Can I buy food? I'm just gonna buy some food. Anything to sell? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'm honestly a little afraid to try the harder ones without beating all of them first. Hanged man again.
More ill fortune. More
One day while
injury
traveling through a
added to
forest, you come
insult.
across a man hanging by his ankle. One blessing card and one curse card. High constitution.
Very nice indeed.
What's my curse? Every successful combat without gauntlets? Alright. I don't have gauntlets. I'm gonna lose my rings. Again?
Another
Oh, this is
curse.
horrible.
You're not having much luck right now, are you?
When the player chooses from multiple equipment or game cards, the choices available are increased by 1. Attacks from the player's weapon do
More
less.
than anything,
Great.
I am proud of my array of curses. I will happily wager on the outcome. I do not think you have what it takes.
Yeah, let's pay 2 magical for... I feel part of my soul dragged into the hellish abyss. Awesome. See, I lost Critical Strike and Treasure Picker. Okay, wasn't too concerned with either of those. Your new magical item will be sent along the mortal realm soon. In the meantime, take this old thing. In place of... Yeah, I seem to get hit a lot, and I just got that weakened damage curse, so I might as well take it.
A horse is a fine companion. I'm sure you'll leave this one in time. You do not seem to have the temperament for friends, even in the animal kingdom.
What? Oh, that was the third one there. Definitely. I'd like to try Hands of Fate too.
A choice. Select your desire.
Shoot, I don't know which one. Ooh, Depth of Night?
Excessive.
Let's do it.
By whose judgment?
Medium defense. Life Slim.
A weapon of precision.
Also, let's do
Unlike you, if you don't mind me saying.
Wow, that was super handy. That's the shop, so let's go there. Sell all the stuff that I just got and don't need. Use it to buy some more food. Keep the Berserker's armor. That is pretty cool. Especially because I do take a lot of damage. But discard a randomly drawn monster card and draw again might be nice. Or every hit increases my speed and weapon strength. Actually, I think I will take that. Depth of Night sounds cool. But with that curse that weakens my strength.
Better than trudging along a muddy road. Certainly.
And I do get hit a lot. I will get hit a lot. I always get hit a lot. Some beat the game on normal. Well, we'll see if I can do that. Oh, shoot. There goes my ring.
More health to work with. Much good may do you.
Wow, this one's long.
At their heart, all games are about power, are they not?
Maiden.
The acquiring of power. The retaining of power.
Blessed, please.
And most importantly,
receive 1 food for every lizard killed.
power.
Well, that sucks. Well, this might not suck if I fight lizards here.
If you will, but proceed with caution. They are smarter than they appear.
This is the first king, the King of Skulls, I believe. Sick. Right. I don't have my shield. Dang, I made it so far. So what killed me there was my weak wrists curse.
Death in the realm of skulls.
I performed a ground finisher,
Another of my servants
and it took out my
fulfills
health.
his duties.
So I get supplies, time heals, and goblin card. I get Mithril, Assassin's Greed, Inferno Potion, Golem Hunting Party, Golem Hunting Party, and Golem Hunting Party. Another health potion and Oracle. The White Council 2. The Landlocked Lubber 4, Ghost of the Sea, and Help the Locals. Yeah, I like that they still give you the tokens even when you lose. I get the Berserker Ring and Demon Trader 3.
Your victories may have made you complacent. Once more, the king howls for
Alright,
your
let's try this
flesh.
again. Wait, what am I on? Yeah, Adventurer, default mode. Okay. What does this do? That's 35 damage. What is this? 32 damage. So it inflicts more damage the lower the health the wielder is. So you string together consecutive attacks, you do greatly increased damage. Alright, let's get rid of that and put that down. Mithril. What is Chains of Rage? Alright. I haven't really had many cooldowns to work with. Summon a magical shield that stops arrows or ranged attacks. That might actually be nice. Oh, that's also pretty cool too. Let's try time heals. Oh, and I can even choose to have a shop in here now. That's neat. Alright, what can I get rid of? All of these are locked in there. That sucks. Try hard? I don't think I want to try hard on the King of Skulls. We'll get rid of Desert of the Damned. We'll get rid of that one. The Lone's nice. We'll get rid of the Wandering Minstrels. Rid of Asleep at the Inn. I want to try all these new cards because I haven't had too many new cards. And we'll get rid of Heroes Remains. Try hard, you can see how it affects your deck size and switch back. Alright.
You want to play on hard mode?
Doesn't look like it affected my deck size at all. Still at 28.
Do you understand what it is we do now? Or did I rush you through the rules, pushing you into the play before you were prepared?
Oh, I can wear multiple rings. That's nice. And all encounter cards are revealed upon reaching the stairs. That's nice. Every 6 kills the player makes in a single combat, they receive plus 30 health. Also nice. Maybe that's later. Maybe. Maybe it's a different difficulty card.
This token will unlock more cards.
You discover
if
another of the
defeat
Goblin
this
King's
encounter.
treasure vaults. Will you risk your luck? Sure. Let's do it. You can wear as many rings as fingers. 10. I can wear 10 rings? Wish I had known that. That was dumb. Whoa! I hate this already. Because you can't dive through it. God, I hate those traps. Oh, come on. I'm gonna die here and here alone. What? What was I stuck on? God, that sucks.
The king can thwart death. Can you? I'm afraid that is where this round ends.
One card
Some
in
other
death.
time, perhaps. Let us see what fate lies ahead now.
That was terrible.
Has the challenge become too much for you to face?
Alright, let's try again. Do a little bit better this time.
Think about the way we play
Mithril.
this game.
Heavy armor with no speed
You
penalty.
continue to die, yet we reset the board each time.
But it
One
says the
has to
defense is
wonder
light.
How it is possible to truly lose?
I don't know which one to believe. Undead that physically strike
Many
the
of
player
these
may receive damage
blessings are
themselves.
too
That'll be
good
nice
for
for the
likes of
end.
you.
And do less damage. Cool. It's heavy? Okay. Carlo, the barkeep of the landlocked lubber, has introduced you to the New Hollow Watch. They help protect a vast area of woods that have become home to many of the people displaced by the chaos of the land. They have many problems that you might be able to assist with. Many of the New Hollow citizens are starving due to a harsh winter and increased bandit attacks. Can you help? Pay 8 food. Well, I'll do it anyway. You have our dearest thanks, and although I cannot offer you much now, the next time we meet, I'm sure we'll repay you twofold.
There's a token in it for you if you win.
While walking by the ocean at night, you notice that the waves are starting to crash ever more violently and with a thunderous roar. Out of the whitecaps rushes an angry, malevolent spirit. Her howling speech rings in your ears. Another land dweller oblivious to the dangers of the sea. You do nothing to stop cruelty and violence of the ocean. Till someone claims vengeance for me, I shall wreak mine upon all who idly dwell upon the shore. When struck in combat, the player will drop some gold. Cool. Thanks, just what I needed. More curses.
Will you undo the damage you have done?
Defeat this challenge 3 times in one session to remove it from your deck. On a moonlit night, you see a group of golems on their way to attack another human settlement.
The Earth comes to life, animated by its desire to respond to the threats of man.
It's heavy, but it's light. I just hope it works. Oh, there goes that. Graphics look a lot better on my PC. You had to play it on low settings. It helps to have an okay PC. But I'm sure the game was still pretty fun and good looking, even on low settings. The loose piles of rock and stones around you are a good start at teaching these creatures a lesson. Some local villagers give you food with thanks. Hey, thanks, guys.
A horse is a fine companion. I'm sure you'll leave this one in time. You do not seem to have the temperament for friends.
The altar.
Even
all
in
right.
the animal kingdom.
Let's pray. Let's try. On bended knee, you beseech the gods to aid you in your quest. I hate the headsman's blessing. It's useless. Because as soon as I get anything else... Let's see what he has to offer. Emperor's Jewel. 50% chance to grant 1 free artifact use per combat. Nice. More goblins.
Goblins. I do love goblins. Truly, I haven't seen their like in years. Excellent.
Stole my stuff. Ow. Oh, he ran away. Hey, Kane. Hey! Thanks, Wolfblade, for the host. Much appreciated, my friend. The goblin threat dealt with, you continue on your way. Well, at least I got some more money. The lovers.
An innocent moment.
You've never actually seen
Never
one
to be
escape?
repeated.
Yeah, I was probably not
Except
harassing
here,
him enough.
Where all of your history repeats itself until time immemorial has passed.
In the town of Stegall, you meet a man who is serenading a young lady at her window. At your approach, he stops and turns to speak to you. My love and I wish to marry and leave this town, but her father has forbidden it. He is the master of the guild, a powerful figure in Stegall with many armed men at his command. I think if I just smack them all around, they won't have the chance to, but Never seen this game? It's fun, Kane. It's like 3D Slay the Spire, but not as deck buildy. Saw you fighting in the arenas. Please, will you help us to escape the town that we might live together in happiness? Sure. Bless you, stranger. Meet us back here at midnight. Bring whatever weapons you possess. Whenever the player is struck by a ranged attack, there is a chance that the attacker will be stunned for 3 seconds. That's nice. Hours later, you return to find the young couple hiding in the shadows, gesturing to them to be silent. You lead the way through town. Oh, God. I think it was this one. Nope, it was the end. At least it wasn't the huge failure. You make it to the outskirts of town before a voice in the darkness calls out, "Who goes there?" "It's my father's men," the young lady exclaims, fleeing. Her lover follows her, leaving you to deal with the guard. One Queen of Dust. Great. Stop making me drop money! Oh my gosh, let me out! Yeah. hate that stupid crossbow. Alright. Enjoy your pizza, man. Twitch on phone got GIFs now? I didn't know GIFs were a thing in the chat anyway. It didn't look like it worked anyway. Yeah, fighting a boss with starter gear, not fun. Not fun at all. After the battle, there is no sign of the young lovers. You quickly leave the scene as more armed men approach from all directions. Gosh. Alright. Let's try it again. Here's the sucky part. Every time I get hit, I will drop more gold. Draw 3, select 1. What do you do? Player receives double the food, but only half the gold they normally receive.
Myself. It is not my place to judge, however.
Success chance. Cards award gold. I need this. I need the better weapon.
Right approach.
Plunderer's Ring. Every gain card the player receives plus 1 gold and 2 health. Much better than last time, yeah. During combat, press right bumper to twist time and return your health to its starting value. Doing it. Without a doubt doing that one.
Roaming ever forward, hunting for the truth.
The Lich is an undead able to hurl deadly balls of magical fire. She can also consume other enemies in order to restore her health.
But at what price?
In the ruins of an old temple, you feel the presence of something evil and unnatural. You've discovered the Lich, powerful undead monster. Bravely approach the evil undead. Fingers crossed. She's got a holy weapon too, so this should hopefully be better. Oh wow, you're a pain. I think that holy hammer definitely helped me out here. Search the remains for loot. The dealer draws you 2 gain cards. Yay! Yay! 10 max health. Yay! 15 max health.
For that. Where, adventurer? Darkness is loosed upon the lands.
Merchant's favor. Whilst browsing the wares of at a trading post, you are approached by the proprietor. You look like a trustworthy sort. I'm in debt to an acquaintance in Orangeshire. He is holding some items of my collateral. If you deliver this gold to him, an item of equipment can be yours as as payment. Shopkeeper makes sure that the other customers have gone before lifting a floorboard and taking out a small wooden chest. You have my thanks. Please make sure all the money makes it there safely. Wow. All right, where are you going to be?
Long and hard to make that particularly painful. Ingenious, don't you think?
Beware of thieves and bandits on the way and stay out of taverns. Return policy is right over there.
A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
Ah, you look like the fellow that's carrying payment from my friend across the veil. Fess up and hand over 100 gold. Claim a piece of the gear I was holding as collateral. I don't think I have a helmet. Greater movement speed. Each hit slows the target with cold. Inflicts a curse of weakening on enemies close to you. Strike a cursed enemy for bonus damage. Let's go with this.
A voyage across the ocean, or merely a trip down the river.
Alright, let's go get to that.
Starvation begins to set in. Try to stay calm. Fear will only hasten your demise.
Also, I think the huge hammer is one of the best weapons. I hope so. It seemed pretty effective against the undead. While all dragon relics are equipped, receive 50% max health and full healing after every combat. Hag's Wraps. Each strike inflicts a curse, slowing and weakening your opponent. Oh, that would be so nice. I want to buy it, but I need food. You suck. Alright, what can I sell? Absolutely nothing. Alright, I gotta get food.
From now on, you'll be taking.
I'm gonna use it all getting back to the end anyway. But at least this way I won't die on the way there. Oh, also if I get the treasure chest, I might get more gold. So I can go back, get more food possibly. And maybe those wraps. I think it was this one. Very nice. Alright, I'm getting those wraps. And then the rest is going to food. Ooh.
Interesting choice. I'm sure you're grateful for that. Sail away.
So now I will curse and weaken my targets as well, which is beautiful. Uh-oh. White Council.
We play for a token now.
One day as you travel through a forest, you come across a band of thugs standing on the roadside. As you draw near, they move to block your path. Hand over half your gold, stranger, for passing through this forest. I can give you 1 gold. The White Council doesn't like armed mercenaries wandering through their land, the man says, as his goons close in around you. It's alright, we can take these guys. It's not like it's the queen. Ow. Kneecapped him. Apparently in Hand of Fate 2, traveling over a previously visited card uses no food. Oh, that's nice, but the maps are also bigger. That's a good trade-off, I think, allowing you to backtrack without having to waste food. As you approach one of the fallen men, he says with some effort, "You'll regret this. There will be consequences." He cuts off as his voice fails him. You notice a robed figure standing in the shadows of the forest. He waves his hand and a magical portal appears. Stepping through it, he is quickly gone. You look around to find no trace of the fight remains. I don't know if I have anything to sell. But I'm almost out of food. Nope. How much food do you have? 3 food for 11. Wish I had more gold. Alright, so I have 5 food. And now a curse.
I made that a little too powerful. I will have to rebalance that next
On
time.
entering a new area, the player takes 5 damage for every ring in their possession. Alright, 1 ring. That's not bad. Alright, so if I go 3, 4... I sure hope this is the way. More and more portals are opening up across the land, and hellbeasts are appearing with greater frequency. These portals seem to appear more often around the Greenborough Forest. Search for clues. During your search, you discover some bags lost or left behind by traders and travelers. Oh, thank God. Your investigation also uncovers what may be a treasure or powerful artifact, but it is concealed behind thick, strangling vines. Your weapon cleaved through the vines to reveal an ancient stone artifact. At your touch, it rumbles to life, and a familiar voice from the underworld booms out. You have found a totem of the underworld. By chance, I'm sure. Foolish mages built these long ago to hold us back, but that came with a price. Now, as our might continues to grow, none of your kind is strong enough to stop us. Your world fills with my minions, and I will twist your fate to a cruel demise. Totem fires a beam up into the sky. It is met by another from a far-off location. Underworld totem.
Were you hoping this was the end?
I'll worry about the underworld totem later. I want to beat
Another
this guy.
flaw awaits. It has been many ages since the King of Skulls has seen combat. He is hungry.
Alright, let's go. Oracle.
The old gods.
You pass by an ominous mountain peak rumored to be the home of an oracle of the old gods. Let's go. You set up the thin and rocky path. Oracle sits in a darkened haze of smoke and incense. An attendant waits patiently for your decision. Your path back down the mountain is relatively uneventful, because I don't have money. Let's see if I can get more money. I can get another curse. Toxic blood.
Very nice.
On every successful combat without gauntlets, the player loses a ring. That's right.
They hunt only because you have so inspired them. Choose from these options.
Wow, that took considerably less time.
You've made no shortage of errors. Fortunately, however, you've also done something of merit.
Oh gosh. Let's see if I can follow it. I think it was this one. Ah, the priest exclaims. Pulls out a ring. He'll have them polish it later. After your first chance card pick, you may return the card and draw again after shuffling. Well, that's nice. Holy Forge.
Again, a token is at stake.
Alright, so that's 1, 2.
As you plunder the secrets of
More news from our friend the Highbinder. He appears to feel guilty about the bandits that jumped you back in Norwich. I'm sure if he'd seen you, he'd know that there's no need for guilt. He brings word of a cult of lizardmen who worship the Kraken as a watery deity of their kind. A disturbing thought, I know. Head out to the swamps and see if they can tell us anything about the Kraken. And be bloody careful these days. You are 100% of my clientele. This golem hunting is so tedious, especially since you have to beat it 3 times in one game. Ah. Alright, let's hope this isn't the end. It is the end.
One must now end.
Alright. That last card was probably the last golem hunting, I think. That is a nice shield, man. Just because I wanted to try it. Wait, you have the huge hammer but not the Holy Forge token? I thought the Forge is what unlocks the hammer? No, I still have to get the Holy Iron or whatever.
You've been well used here. The King of Skulls has avoided my grasp until now. You have sent him to my realm. It is time for a long-delayed reckoning.
The Pentacle. New starting gear, Deadly Combatant, Blessing bonus. Oh, sick, I'll be blessed at the start. Skeletons will now reanimate, that sucks. Ratman warriors will perform leap attacks, that sucks. And skeletons have had their health increase. That sucks, but that's not as bad.
Take the Pentacle, then. It will only benefit you so far, and no further.
Oh, I didn't realize
Power
that
for you.
everything I unlocked was floating over there. For helping the lovers, I get 30 gold and Angry Guildmaster. For exploring the Maze of Traps, I get the Scavenger's Cap. For defeating the Lich, I get 5 food, the Mask of Exploration, the Occult Reflection, Disciples Ring, and Druids. That's pretty legit. For delivering gold to Oranshire, I get Food Wagon. For signing up the White Council's thugs, I get the 3rd White Council. For defeating, or for donating food to the orphans, I get the Ring of Punishment and Charity 6. Hearing the latest from the Highbinder, I get the Kraken Cult. As a reward for defeating the Skeleton King, I get the Skeleton King Helm, Skeleton King Shield. Oh, I hope it has that laser. Skeleton King Sword, Queen of Scales, and Cave Rescue.
You have come further than I ever expected. Now let us see how you fare against the Queen.
Warlord mode next? Maybe. Let's see. So I have fought the King of Dust and the King of Skulls. The Jack of Dust, the Jack of Skulls, the Queen of Dust, the Jack of Plagues. So I have the King of Plagues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the King of Scales. So I fought the Queen of Plague, the Queen of Skulls, and the Queen of Dust. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. Hey, Isla, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so John should be off work soon. Very glad to hear that you're doing well. And I'm doing alright today. Just knocking out some Hand of Fate. Love this game. It's got a really cool story to it. How's your day been treating you? feel like this is off a little. It is off a little. Hold up. There we go. Much better. I thought my camera looked funny.
The great dragon queens of the lizard people are the fiercest warlords and generals.
Alright, I definitely want the Skeleton King's sword, the shield, the occult armor. Let's get these new caps. Inferno potion, Disciples ring, Ring of Punishment. Camera pans down. Oh, shush, Shadow. I know what you were looking for. No clue what's happening in this game? Guess start watching with part 3 was the smartest move. That's alright, you're not really missing much. I'll explain it in just a second. I don't need that. I don't want the Ring of Engorging. That's not so bad. I don't think I need that one that much. Oh wait, I can actually see. Oh, no, okay. It's not bad. Let's get rid of arrow clutter. Get rid of Fate's Folly. You would like a Ring of Engorging. Gosh darn it, Shadow. Get rid of 2 more. What does Emperor's Jewel do? I don't want that as much. And let's get rid of Mortal Whimsy. Alright, let's build the deck. So what I'm doing right now, I'll at least clue you into this. What I'm doing right now is building the deck that I'm going to encounter in the next run. So this game is a somewhat deck building game and a somewhat fighting game. Let's see, Greenborough Forest, help the locals, treasure chest alone. Let's get rid of the Maze of Traps. Yeah. So essentially, I am sitting down in front of this dude here,
will find very little
who I guess is Fate, or at least the dealer of fate. And he shuffles in some of his cards to the deck, and I shuffle in some of my cards to the deck, and they create all the encounters that I go through. And the objective is to beat all the jacks, queens, and kings of the various suits. So there's the dust, plague, skulls, and
Do you appreciate
scales.
what I have built? Do you understand the elegance of the systems I have forged?
Oh, thank God. That's going to be a nice one. And the story isn't much of a story other than I'm going through and kind of just adventuring. I am just an adventurer who's coming across all sorts of things. So I've got like one story that involves a kraken right now, one that involves a council that takes money from people, like taxes essentially, but a lot of it. Best blessing ever right off the bat, seriously. I'm hunting a white minotaur. What other ones do I have going on? I've got hellbeasts to fight and golems to fight.
Another chance to discover what your heart truly desires.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll be enough. So the one that I just picked up, the favors, a merchant asks me to give 100 gold to another merchant that he's indebted to, and if I do it, I get an item. Or I can keep the gold. It really is just up to me. But I also get a curse kind of thing called a heavy burden, which I believe like reduces my health by 50% if I hold on to it instead of turning it in. Greenborough Forest here is about hellhounds. There are these hellish portals opening up all over the world, and I'm fighting them. Whoa! Alright. That was crazy. Wasn't expecting it to be so... Wow. Was most of your gold or half your health? Sounds a little unfair. Is that what it said? Player loses 50% max health. Oh, I get what you mean. Well, he gives me the gold to go take somewhere else that I could then get an item from. So it's either I keep that gold to buy other items and lose half my health, or I take a gamble on what weapon he might give me for giving him the 100 gold. So like if I've been to a shop and I know that there's a good item there, I could keep the gold, buy the item, and then lose my 50% health if I trust myself to not die. Or I get to choose from these 3 weapons. Ooh, that hammer's gonna be nice. Player receives 5% less damage per blessing and 5%
into the fruits of necromancy.
That's nice for the
seemingly sweet taste conceals an underlying stench
King of Skulls.
corruption and decay.
Definitely want the hammer.
Now, this is my kind of travel.
Plus you gain health back with every step if you have food. Well, it said 50% of your max health, so it would drop me from 100 to 50. So 50 out of 100 out of 100 to 50 out of 50, not 50 out of 100.
I have sat where you sit now. The game, though, the game is very different. I doubt even I would have reached this point. Lost.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the 50 max health is what it
This is a
said.
chance to learn how valuable your equipment can be in the right circumstances.
You become lost in a swamp. In all directions you see nothing but murky water, twisted trees, and mist. The smell is appalling. You hear muffled movement and can just make out a humanoid figure in the mist beckoning to you. You splash through the murky water toward the shape. As you approach, you make out the form of an old man wrapped in a cloak. Are you lost, stranger? I can lead you from this place in exchange for some supplies. You negotiate a price. 5 food. I can give up 5 food. You follow him for several hours, finally arriving in a dry field. Gasping with relief, you turn around to thank him, but he's gone.
The swamp
Oh,
returns
I
again.
see.
Do not lose hope.
As you approach, you make out the figure of Cloak Man. He suddenly leaps forward as other men spring from behind the trees.
That is what it means to be king.
Oh,
To return
it's just
even
as
after
damage.
defeat.
I thought it was like 50% max health, period. I must have missed the as damage part. So many bandits. I wish they would all die. I think I'm fighting the King of Skulls, or the King of Bandits, and the Jack of Dust. Jack of Dust and the King of Dust. Alright, alright, alright. Ow! Oh my gosh, that almost killed me. That was terrible. You are surprised by a huge snake that attacks you as you search the bodies. Oh god, don't kill me, please. The dank, misty forest that surrounds you is eerily quiet as you struggle through the fetid waters. Attempt to find your way through the swamp. Oh, God. Card game with deck building, text adventure like Zorg, now Shadow of Mordor thrown into the mix. Pretty much. You're pleasantly surprised that you were very close to the outskirts without realizing it. Thank God. Okay, goblins. I can deal with goblins. Find a bunch of goblins rifling through my things. Let's kill them. Oh. And wow, Zorg. I haven't heard that as a reference in a while. It might be Zork, I don't remember. Only know it like the go-to text adventure game from Big Bang Theory. Oh, I didn't know they ever made a reference in Big Bang Theory about it. Oh god, not another one.
Once more you struggle to find your way.
Move in the opposite direction. Attempt to find a way out of the swamp. Alright, let's see if I can follow it. I cannot follow that. I just lucked out real big. In a shady grove off the beaten path, I find a traveling healer. Greetings, wise traveler. I have much to offer you. Alright, how much is your heal wounds? Might be worth it. Can I sell anything? I can sell my axe. Alright, how much do you have for food? Let's get some food. Okay. I found a ladder in the ground, and I decided to climb down it. Oh god. Good thing I have a great holy weapon. Otherwise, that would have been a pain. Especially because skeletons would now reanimate, I think is what they said. Awesome. Awesome.
Solid. Robust.
Awesome.
Honest, slow.
All the things that I ever needed and wanted.
What brings you to play the game? Ha. I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
Oh, I've got food. I'll give him 10 food. What do you mean humble offering? That's 10 food. Gave you 10 food and you didn't give me anything? What a cheapskate.
An expedition. Press on.
Womp womp womp. Ring of punishment. What do you do? 1 gold for every
What
5th
sort of
damaging hit they
man would
receive.
trade the blessing of the gods for material
That would be
wealth?
nice. Look, I can buy a food for a gold. Let's do it. Alright, let's go to the maiden. And... I feel like a blessing would be the best thing. But I could really use supplies. Oh, that's alright, Isla. I don't think we've played since then. We've all gotten busy back with school and life and just haven't been able to meet together. Probably come April, I want to say, when one of our buddies will have a solid internet connection, we'll probably play more. But otherwise, I haven't practiced at all. Let's see. Ask for supplies.
Take your time
be
if
blessed.
you like. I've waited long enough.
No! It went up 1 more than I wanted it to.
I'm sure you are grateful
Well,
for that.
I just got more life. That's great. Cool. Traveling through a quiet hamlet. At first, its rural aspect appears quaintly serene, but as you near the central square, you realize that the lack of activity is due to disaster. A scene of great destruction reveals itself, and you wonder what army or force of nature besieged this place. You spot 1 villager retrieving their belongings from the pile of rubble that used to be their home. You call out to them. One of you, Sphinx, was asking us out for tips, but I bet he trained to beat you. Finks, I think, is who you were probably thinking of. I know he was practicing and training. I don't know how hard, but I know you guys gave him a bunch of tips, and we sent him some videos to watch. The villager's head snaps around like a frightened woodland creature. Are you quite mad? Such noise will only tempt the beast to return. Can you not see we've suffered enough? Upon further quieter inquiry, the villager tells you that a ghostly pale beast smashed through town a few days before, destroyed or devoured everything in its path before heading east out of town. May the gods have mercy on any who cross its path. Tracks in the mud. That's right, I didn't want a goblin hunting party anyway. It's easy to follow the trail of carnage from town into woods, however once there it becomes much more difficult. Many animals and beasts travel here and their tracks are crossed and confused.
A choice. Select your desire.
The gigantic beast leaves tracks that are easy enough to follow. I would hope so. Alright, I guess I'll go this way. Tracks of blood. The smell hits you like a hammer blow, twisting your stomach into knots. You followed the tracks to a lair of or den of some kind. This is where it feeds. Blood stains the broken ground where it mangles its prey. You wait in the shadows where you both hope for and dread its return. Guardian Angel is so very nice. Oh, goodness. See if I can follow this one. I think it was this one. Nope. Redraw. I was all the way on the end. I want to say it was this one. I knew it was the one on the end. Perhaps the beast never returns to its feeding sites, or maybe it knows that you're watching. Either way, your stakeout is uneventful and ultimately fruitless. Gigantic beast whose footsteps stand out so much it's easy to follow. Do you really want to follow it then?
Through the woods and see what
I
lies
do.
beyond.
I want to follow it because... Alright, well...
Did you expect me to tell you?
Let's head this way.
No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies. Of course, I am.
I want to follow it because it's my quest.
My powers are genuine. The gods look upon you favorably.
And every adventurer knows giant beasts are the best for strange loot and renown. Screams draw you to a nearby cave. Inside you see a terrified maiden being held captive by pirates. Of course it's the Queen of Dust. Attack the pirates. Yeah, negotiating typically is like, here, give us gold, or use up your food, or something like that. Or, if I'm lucky, it's a chance card. But I'd rather just kill them at this point. Because I don't want to risk losing food or gold. I get 3 gain cards. Yay, 3 gold. 5 max health. 5 food. Alright, well I know that this card right there is the end. So let's head back this way. Ooh, 2 golems this time. Quit slow motioning things. They hurt. Some local villagers give you food with thanks. Thank you. Cursed treasure. Ooh.
You do seem oddly fixated with tales of treasure and pillage. Does nothing else move you?
In the courtyard of a remote rundown temple, you find a pile of treasure. You are welcome to the treasure, says a wizened old monk, but know that it is cursed. I mean, I gotta take it. As your fingers touch the first gold piece, you feel a chill touch on your soul and your heart sinks. 3 curse cards. In combat, every dying enemy has a 40% chance to drop a bomb. Whenever the player finishes a combat, they lose 1 gold per 15 health.
I look forward to seeing how you approach this particular challenge.
Attacks from player's weapon do less damage. I get 4 gold gain cards. And an equipment card?
Wisdom runs a poor second.
The old monk
to
shakes his
grace,
head with
I
amusement,
find.
muttering.
You are lacking in both.
Will adventurers never heed my warning? Player receives 1 gold for every 5th damaging hit they receive in combat. Well, I guess I'll take it. And the mercenary contract. And life's limb. I don't think I'll take that. I'll probably sell that, though. Alright, I think that was worth it. The 3 curses for all that. Let's sell the medium armor. And let's sell Life's Limb. And then let's buy... What do all these do? Any magical weapon ability that kills a creature also refreshes the artifact cooldown. Oh, Mask of Extortion. Increased attack damage based on inverse of player's gold. So the less gold I have, the more money? Or the more damage? A hit on the player gives the player's next attack a 25% damage bonus. This effect can stack up to 3 times, but is removed after making an attack. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Increased attack damage based on inverse of player's gold. I need to Google what this one means. Hand of Fate, Mask of Extortion. Okay, so it adds a few points of damage at 0 gold and scales down to 0 bonus damage at 50 gold and above. Or I can get this one. So every time I get hit, I have a 25% damage bonus. I think I like that one more.
Revenge is the sweetest satisfaction, don't you find? I see you found yet another way to profit through violence. You're starting to bore me. I'm sure you're grateful for that.
You guys were buffering? I may have just lost some frames. Yeah, I'm still losing some frames. Looks like it's my internet. Ohio Finks.
One more step down, and we may see the end of this, or another set of stairs. At their heart,
Happy St. Patty's
all
Day.
games are about power, are they not? The acquiring of power.
Come across a broken down
The
wagon
retaining
laden with
of
food, its owner
power.
nowhere in sight.
And most importantly, the use of power.
Oh, thank God you're here, a merchant leaps out from the bushes. Some bandits attacked my cart and I hid in the trees. Please accept this food as thanks. As he hands over some food, the merchant explains that he was on his way to a distant trading post and that as a result of his troubles, his food delivery will be delayed. Yay, food. I'm hoping that this clears up. Oh God, not another swamp
Lost.
one.
With lizardmen all around. An unenviable situation.
Alright, let's see if I can track it. I think it was this one. I'll take a success. Find your way out of the swamp after only a day of wandering. You got your drinks in the fridge? I don't have any drinks today. I should probably go out and get some, maybe. Carlo, the barkeep of the Landlocked Lubber, has introduced you to the new Hollow Watch. They protect... Oh, I've already read that. Mages constructed a shrine to a cloaked devil that spreads disease and anger through our land. We have no one strong enough to withstand a curse that will be handed down to the shrine's destroyer. Perhaps you have the strength. We'll do it. Seems strange that a seemingly haphazard collection of stones and runic lettering could cause so many problems. You smash apart the shrine with ease, immediately releasing a cloud of smoke that stinks of sulfur. Whenever the player loses
Another
a curse, they
curse
also
on the
lose one
table.
random item.
Let us see how you do.
Whenever the player selects a huge success chance, they must also draw one pain card.
Let us stake a token on their foolishness.
Germany? Well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, Germany has a lot of reasons to just have drinks. Why not? They don't need a holiday for it. I don't even know why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, to be completely honest. I think it's just an excuse for people to wear green and get drunk.
Roaming ever forward, hunting for the truth. She's out there now, waiting for you.
All right. Jeez. Ooh, Undead Bane? What do you do? Not fighting. Alright, you know what? I'll take Undead Bane, but I will not equip it.
As pleases
'cause
you.
It's not as good, and I'm not fighting as much undead.
You cannot come to this table with debts outstanding.
So much buffering. I don't understand why it's doing it. I'm sorry, guys.
I will happily wager on the
Return to the
outcome.
landlocked lubber to see what
do not
Carlo has in
think
mind
you
next.
have
It is
what
hard
it
to tell
takes.
mages and bandits had besieged the place. It looks just as decrepit as and ramshackle as usual. Carlo greets you warmly. There's only so much we can find out about our aquatic nemesis from dry land. Our next action must take place upon the sea. I've been comparing the information you found at Norwich Port with the Highbinders, and I may have a plan. Carlo gestured you toward a collection of papers and charts that are spread out across two tables. If the bar had patrons, this might be problematic, but as usual, the only occupants are an aquaphobic sailor and yourself. The nearby port of Estersea, far more respectable, has trading routes that I believe follow a similar path and timing as the smugglers. I think if we can get you aboard a ship, then you'll have a front row seat to the scariest show in the land. It's a cultural and religious celebration held on the 17th of March, the traditional death date of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland, and since a lot of Irish came over during the famine and stuff, when we opened ourselves up for immigration and everything, so many Irish came that it was adopted, / we use it to be extremely religious country. Or we used to be an extremely religious country. Gotcha.
Are you a cynic or a romantic?
Young woman flees as you knock on the door. An armed guard takes you to the dining hall where a large, well-dressed man sits, noisily eating a lavish banquet. The nobleman doesn't look up and continues to eat as you tell him about the young suitor who intends to steal away his daughter. A gesture to the guard sends them from the room, and soon afterwards they return with the young man struggling between them. I curse you, friend, and he gives me one curse.
Little pleases me more than
The nobleman
watching your
stops eating long enough
attempt
to
to
say,
wriggle
"You have
away
been
from
useful. My
bad
guards will
luck."
see that you are rewarded on your way out." Alright. I just wanted to see what the alternative did. I have thusly found out.
Choose from these options.
Still being poopy. Alright, I guess I'll stop after this one anyway. Boop! Right in the butt. Cultural and religious celebration are, like Drillian said, an excuse for people to wear green and get drunk. Pretty much. This is the second surface raid that you've thwarted. You must defeat one more. Some local villagers give you food with thanks. Thanks, guys. Druids.
Let us meet.
You're approached by a group of mysterious robed people. One of the robed figures addresses you. You look well accustomed to battle. Would you like to earn some coin? Sure. We are druids, wishing to perform certain rituals over the coming weeks. These activities must take place at specific times and places. We cannot risk any interruptions, such as from creatures or bandits. We will pay gold to one who protects us during the ceremonies. The first ceremony will be at the Sacred Stones at exactly midday on the summer solstice. We shall see you there. I have foreseen it.
If it's portents and warnings you want,
Journey to the Oracle.
you need merely have asked.
Attempt to cross the ledge. You're gonna take a shower and get all the french fry smell off you? Ah, but french fries are so good. Few stones shift as you make your way across, clattering down onto the rocks below. You manage not to fall, however, and continue your journey. Pay 5 gold. Oracle's lithe form writhes silently in the darkness for some time, then whispers to the attendant. Oh. Okay. The attendant continues to relate what the Oracle has revealed. Okay. Your path back down the mountain is relatively uneventful. Okay, so that tells me what I will get next. Interesting. It's all your faults. You've doomed the village of Dimsgate. The White Council thinks that we paid you to attack their men. In retribution, they have plagued our town with the undead. One day, a group of mages appeared out of nowhere and laid a curse on the town. Some men, my father included, tried to stop them, but it was hopeless. Their magical shields blocked every blow. Then they conjured a hail of enchanted arrows that pierced our men through flesh, bone, and something. I had A too early. We had to abandon our village. Even now, a horde of the living dead keeps us from returning. And so you should help. You can start by returning to our village and clearing out the undead. Their numbers seem to be limitless. Return to get Dimsgate. Alright. Alright, this is from the,
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
The blessing. That's awesome. You return to the village of Lesser Dimsgate, now cursed by the White Council. The eerie silence lies heavily upon you as you walk the deserted streets. In the town square, you discover a pair of unusual totems. They are made of bone and glow with an unnatural energy. The unliving bones of fallen villagers walk the earth in silent vigil around them. Aww. My brother just sent me a game. He sent me the Technomancer. He also sent me Metal Gear Solid, which I need to install at some point. In the town square, you discover a pair of unusual totems. They're made of bone and glow with an unnatural energy. The unliving bones of fallen villagers walk the earth in silent vigil around them. A few weapons scattered on the ground speak of previous failed attempts to free the village from the undead invasion. The living dead turn toward you as one as you approach, weapon in hand. It's only 4. That can't be too bad, right? Later that day, the villagers learn of your efforts and begin returning to bury their dead. "You've done nothing, stranger," yells an old woman as she drags a sack of bones toward the village cemetery. "Those robed devils will be back again when they hear of this. Next time, they'll probably blast this entire village off the face of the earth. You've doomed us all." "Don't mind her," a young girl says. "She's always cranky. Thank you for laying out our fallen to rest." She has a point, though. They're probably going to come and kill us all unless you can stop them. Well, I guess I'll go try to stop them.
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
You sit at the table of the mayor of Lesser Dimsgate one evening, discussing the perils of living near wizards. "The Mage Guild has always gathered in the forest at that tall tower of theirs," says the mayor with a sigh. "It's been that way since my grandfather's day and longer." Back then, they weren't so aggressive. There were rumors that unwanted visitors would be turned to stone and such like, but mostly they just kept to themselves. They just kept themselves to themselves and left other people alone. They would sometimes emerge to help the villagers, using herbs and magic to cure a particularly nasty disease, for example, or anything else that might interrupt delivery of their wine and other supplies. Sure, there would sometimes be a young upstart among them, looking to make a name for himself and causing trouble for us, but they'd soon leave to join the court of some kingdom or other. The wizard Zahagan changed all that, though. The self-appointed leader of the White Council now demands tribute, even from small kingdoms. What chance has a humble village like ours against their power? If anything threatens the council, they just pop back to their tower, and magic keeps anyone from finding its real location. No army can lay siege to or even reach the tower. Taran, the merchant, handles that. He told me once that he just heads into the forest and eventually one of them appears and magics the entire contents of his wagon away. I suppose you could ask him to let you hide with his stock. That might get you in, but what then? Queen of Scales. All right.
Queen of power and grace.
Here's the final encounter. 4 scales and the queen. All right, that's... Scales are annoying, but that's not too bad. And an obnoxious totem. All right, let's do this. I think it was Phantom Pain. What? Oh. I don't know what hit me. I was dodging. But something hit me, and I did.
Dead. And with an artifact unused. Perhaps that might have saved you. Dead in the lands of the lizard men.
Cave Shelter. For rescuing the maiden of the pirates. For daring to take the cursed treasure, I get 30 gold in the occult ring. For helping the food merchant, I get 7 food and trading post. Planning with Carlo gets me the sea journey. For agreeing to protect the druids, I get the summer solstice. For visiting the oracle, I get inspect and put back. And then the oracle's diadem. And finally, for helping the people of Lesser Dimsgate, I get the White Council 4. Dang. Alright, ladies and gents. I am going to go get me some lunch, and reset the stream, and hopefully that'll help. So I'll see y'all in a bit.